Kevin Costner's estranged wife is reportedly asking for $248,000 a month in child support. According to court documents, his wife said that's the amount needed to maintain the children in their accustomed lifestyle. She also said Kevin should pay all of their private school tuition, sports, activity fees, and healthcare expenses. Their 3 kids are 13, 14, and 16, but Kevin agreed to only pay $38,000 a month, plus all the kids' expenses. Kevin's 2022 income was listed as $19.5 million, or about $1.6 million a month. Before we discuss if this is fair or not, like everybody online is, let me give you some additional details. So he'll pay her the alleged money, $38,000 or whatever it may be, but that is for her and the kids to do whatever they need to do, clothe, food. He will take care of everything else. So according to rent or mortgage, he'll pay $30,000 for that, $10,000 for moving costs. He'll also pay like medical, anything that the kids may need, as well as apparently he gave her $1.4 million, but she's not accepted that yet because she didn't want that to mitigate perhaps what she actually believes she deserves. Now, do we think this is fair or not? Erica.
What's fair?
Yeah, I mean that's a good question.
Yeah, what is fair? So I understand that he had this ironclad prenup because he got taken for so much during the first divorce. I think that this is a cautionary tale for anyone who comes upon a circumstance where they're getting married to someone who has a level of wealth that they've never experienced before. After 18 years, I'm asking some questions as to where is the independent bag that she has secured for herself. I'm not scrutinizing it. I'm just asking because I think that we've gotten into this fairy tale where people think that like a Prince Charming or like a queen is going to come and pluck you out of obscurity and change your life forever. It's like, are you here for a good time or a long time? If you want to be here for a long time, then you're going to need to secure your own bag. I don't know if $30,000 or $38,000 a month or however much is enough to take care of all of her expenses. I do question the $10,000 moving expense because moving's very expensive. She needs at least $50 for that, sorry. But the rest of it, I want people to think about when you are put in a situation like that, especially for 18 years, how can you create a bag and multiple streams of income for yourself so that anything that you're getting in a divorce settlement is just gravy, not that you're depending on it. And I think that everyone's been fed this and people have consumed it thinking they're going to wake up in some fairy tale. That's not true.
However, which I agree with, secure the bag. I have learned this from Miss Erica Cobb, and I am working on that. But here's the thing. If I also married Kevin Costner, and I went to my lawyers and attorneys, and we put in that this is what would happen if A went to B, this is C. And I decided with Kevin Costner, I'm going to raise my 3 children who are 13, 14, and 16 and be a stay-at-home mother. And that was okay for both. I would feel that that's a lock-in. And I would feel as if because I had the court and the prenup by my side and we had made that decision, I shouldn't have to get my own bag if I'm in a partnership.
I agree, but you signed a prenup, therefore you need a postnup.
Is that a real thing?
Yes, you can get a document and
the reason I ended up, I'm going to cut you off. The reason I asked if it's a real thing is because it seems like the ironclad prenup isn't a real thing. This is the only time I've ever heard the word ironclad, and then here comes the word feelings, and I didn't know, and the kids are.
No, you're hearing that from one side, though. He's saying quiet.
I shouldn't be hearing from anybody because contracts don't. They're like the Terminator. They don't feel anything. They cannot be stopped. That's what I want from my ironclad prenup, and I just don't hear that. All I hear is, well, she's trying to stay, and even though it's been 30 days, she decided not to leave. Oh, that's what she decided? I don't know. Any other contract, I never hear those kinds of words, but here we're hearing it. Has anybody thought about Kevin Costner in this situation? He took a super L in his first divorce, and he's tried to mitigate that by laying out this contract. She signed it. And then here we go.
Yeah, but Kevin Costner notoriously, if you followed the first divorce and look into the details of this divorce, the woman stays at home full time with the kids. You know, with Jordan, it's almost impossible for a mom of 3 young kids to be able to go work. I mean, that's where we are in America. Other countries, you don't think so?
$38,000 a month?
I'm just saying separately. Yes, with I'm saying before the $38,000, for her to be able to secure her bag, which I agree is a cautionary tale. It's difficult to tell a mom of 3 kids. I'm not talking about the money.
I hear what you're saying. But we're always like the lifestyle you're accustomed to. Nobody's accustomed to $38,000 a month. You're living above the 0.005% of the whole world, and you're saying, where's my moving expense?
Well, take
I
money
peeled
out
you
of
off
it,
$1 million, and you're complaining about the
But
10 grand I gave
How much is $1
you?
million going to last if you have, for 18 years, you have no sort of, to Erica's point, no sort of vocational or any type of skill because you were
It's
at home.
$38,000 a month.
But they're
tax-free. You're getting that money. He's handing it over.
But they're used to Kevin Costner's paycheck, which is a lot
Do you know how
more
much
than that.
$38,000
I
a
do.
month is?
Do you know how much Kevin Costner gets paid? $1.6 million a month. That's a
But he's
lot
not in
more.
your
She's
life
asking for a
anymore.
quarter
Why are we
of
talking about
that.
Kevin Costner? He's out of her life, so we should never.
And
say
he's
his
got a
name.
contract. I don't understand. I don't understand this. I'm accustomed to this, so I deserve
The
this.
law sets up for
The
children. 'cause,
law
yes,
was written in the contract.
I agree, but the law also states that if you have children and things change,
And he's paying for all of that.
agreed, but it should go to where your income is currently. It's not. It's to protect the children because they didn't choose to divorce.
But he said he's paying for all of the children's expenses, no matter school, medicals, all that, right? And he's off of Yeah, he did say school.
She wanted school.
No, it's in there.
Oh, okay.
It's in there.
Okay, I believe
and he's off of Yellowstone now. So if he doesn't, I'm sure he'll get another job. But that money's not just rolling in like it used to. Those numbers are from 2022. So 2023, if he doesn't get a good movie or a successful movie, he's still paying out of his pocket to someone that's accustomed to their lifestyle.
I agree with you. Tenfold. I'm speaking generally speaking because I know women who have been in marriages. I know one in particular that I'm dealing with right now is a dear friend to her where she is left with literally nothing. I'm just speaking
I know,
generally.
but that's a different example. Right?
I don't think that I want to just couch this by saying I'm talking about these high wealth situations.
Me too.
I'm not talking about like the average person.
But even in a high wealth situation, you can have all the money in the world, but if you're spending 30 grand a month on each child's tuition, I'm just saying generally speaking, because that's what your expenses are, it doesn't mean that you're left with $38,000 a month in your bank account and then that woman has no way to pay for herself.
I agree.
Because for 18 years straight,
she's been raising the children.
at home raising the kids. That's all I'm saying.
No, I agree,
Yeah.
Sam. I agree, but it goes back to my point of
Cautionary
the
tale.
feelings, the cautionary tale,
Agree.
the idea that like it's as opposed to getting a $100 million home for all of us to live in,
Yes.
why don't we get an $80 million home and I have a $20 million home that just has my name on it?
Yes.
You know, like things like that.
Thinking ahead
where it's
that way.
like, that Prince Charming might end up really being a frog.
Right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm with you tenfold.
Kevin Costner to him a lot, you know.
What?
It Costner to him a lot.
No.
I was trying to cheat.